Good afternoon to my few but very loyal YouTube followers that are following my journey with trying to conceive. I am going to do a very short and brief update this evening around where we are because I don't have a whole lot of updates. But those of you that have been following have been commenting and texting me, emailing me, asking questions about where we are in the process. So I figured I would give an update. All of my blood work, my dog is trying to get in the video. All of my blood work so far for my hormone levels has come back perfect. And that's actually from the doctor's mouth, the word perfect. So you can see my dog, Keisha, ear hanging out in the video. So that has been exciting and disappointing in the same token. So we have nothing to blame right now. So that's been definitely frustrating. The only test that we are still waiting on is our chromosome analysis, which should be back hopefully by Monday. We were hoping that it'd be back today, but it hasn't been. I feel bad for one of the girls that works at the office because we're friends on Facebook, and I have asked her, to please keep me updated. I'm so impatient. I can't stand it. And she's been amazing, honestly. I actually got a message from a friend today who is an excellent friend, knows a lot about our journey, and has been there for me through both miscarriages. And she had brought up how treatment of the natural killer cells can be controversial. And I actually hadn't heard that. For those of you that know me or know anything about my personality, I am excessively a type A. And I will obsess over researching things until I feel like I know them well enough to teach it. So I am very surprised I never ran across any information around the natural killer cells being controversial. Honestly, the only thing I found that I felt was helpful about natural killer cells was a vlog post actually by Lisa Marie TTC. Her channel's awesome. If you don't follow it now, please do, because she's phenomenal. But it was an older post of hers that had some information about when she found out she had natural killer cells, and then I followed her channel, and as I followed it longer, I saw some of the posts that she had about treating it. But anyway, back to this message from my friend. My friend is a nurse. She's awesome, so she's always willing to give me advice. And basically what she said was that she had a patient that had some bad reactions to having a killer cell treatment, and it was through an IVF treatment basically. And just to be extra cautious, she sent me some links to research and to go over with my doctor, which of course I will when I go in for my next appointment. So following back up to my excessive Googling, I will probably be researching more of that this evening. So we don't really have much of an update from the doctor or anything outside of where we are now and where we were about a week and a half ago. It's a little disappointing, but yeah. Anyway, so I, of course, am hoping that I can get pregnant naturally without any medications or without having to do any injectables or anything like that. I will, of course, do those if I have to, but I'm really hoping that I don't. So I, of course, am a symptom spotter, and I watch my cycle like a obsessive person. And I'm hoping, that potentially, now that we know that the natural killer cells plays a role in the miscarriages, that I can get pregnant naturally before we have to pay for a lot of treatments. The most frustrating thing about where we are right now is that everything that we've been diagnosed with or that we're dealing with is supposedly rare. So that's really frustrating because I always seem to be a medical mystery. So, like, for example, the natural killer cells is really only supposed to affect 5 to 10% of the U.S. population, and unexplained infertility, which is what we're sitting at right now, is only about 5% of couples. So unfortunately, we get to deal with the fun stuff. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to just move forward without having to do treatment, but I don't anticipate that happening. One thing that is kind of a sucky part of this is I was advised by the doctor, of course, to start testing when I can or when is reasonable, because if I do get pregnant, the sooner that I catch it, the better the chance of carrying if we can deal with the natural killer cells. So I don't trust pregnancy strips, I will only use first response, which I have a reason for that. I'll tell you in just a moment. But I have spent a lot of money on pregnancy tests to make sure that coming up here soon I can start testing. I am cycle day 20. I have had an excessive amount of symptoms this month, but in reality I do every month. The only thing that's been different this month is that I had very sore breasts starting literally on cycle day 14 around ovulation, and they have not let up since then. And there's been certain areas that have been more sore than others, which is definitely different for me, but I don't know for sure if that will translate into anything. I'm definitely keep my fingers crossed, but I doubt it. The reason that I will not use pregnancy strips, the first pregnancy that I had, I was 6 days late by the time I decided to go to the doctor. At this time I was under my OB, and I didn't think I was pregnant. And I had told her, I said, I just want to be sure, because I was actually taking phentermine, which is a appetite suppressant drug to lose weight. And I didn't want to be taking that if I was pregnant. I had taken one of those tests every day for like 2 weeks. And they were the Wanfo brand, which of course is supposed to be the best. Maybe I just had a bad box. But they didn't ever pick up a pregnancy. When I got my betas back from that first pregnancy, they were at 85. So by deducing the math down, I should have gotten a positive test about 4 days before I did. And I even took one after I got the positive test from the doctor, and it was still negative. But of course, the first response was positive as soon as I took it. So I have spent more money on tests, but I will not use those cheap tests ever again because of that. So yeah, that's about all that's going on. A couple life updates. I want to make this blog more interesting than just my trying to conceive stuff. But my boss's Christmas party is tomorrow. It's my first ever work Christmas party. I don't know how I feel about that. From the stories I've heard, everybody really likes to drink and have a good time, and I love everybody that I work with. But for those of you that don't know, I have a tendency to get louder than I already am and use profanities maybe a little more than is necessary when I've had too much to drink. So I will not be drinking tomorrow. I will be limiting myself to 2 beers. I have not had more than that at any work event yet. But I'm interested to see how it goes. I'm actually kind of excited. I really like some of my coworkers. A little nervous at first too, because I am definitely an outspoken, outgoing social butterfly, but not around certain groups, and this is one I'm a little nervous about. So I will be sure to give you guys an update about how the work party goes on my next update. I do have one ask for those of you that follow my journey. I definitely want to keep making videos and keep sharing with you everything that I'm going through, but to make sure that it's worth my time with the creating the videos, the editing of the videos, and then sharing my journey as publicly as YouTube is. If you don't already, please subscribe to the channel to show that you're watching the videos so that I can know that people are interested. And then please also share the information about my channel with others so that I can connect with more people in this community. It's more than about having subscribers and people that keep up with me. It's about connecting with other people and the journey that they have and the stories that they share. That's how I got started in this. If you all already don't follow Sarah Loves Peter, you should. She's actually a friend of mine that I went to school with, and after finding her channel on accident, I've become obsessed with all of the people that share their information on YouTube. I did not know YouTube was used for that, and I have to say that I love it. So I definitely want to be able to connect with others, and I think that's going to be a really great way to do it. So underneath this video, there'll be a link to my Facebook page. I do share some information there. Not too much more than I'd share here, so it would kind of translate the same. But then underneath this video, next to the name of my channel, which is Becoming Mom JB, there is a red link that says subscribe. So go ahead and subscribe today. You do not have to get notifications of my channel to be able to keep up to date. So don't worry about your email or your phone going off nonstop, because that's not required. Or drop me a comment down in the comments and just let me know about your experiences and where you like to connect with others that are experiencing the same things that we are. For those of you that are here and that are following, I greatly appreciate it. And for those of you that have interacted with me on your channels, I'm even more appreciative of that. So thank you all for helping me get through this and for allowing me to share my journey with you. I hope at some point I will share something that will resonate with someone else and will really make them feel like they're connected and that their journey is unique, but also not alone. So Thank you, everyone. I will give you an update next week when I get my blood work back.